Hey guys, this is Aegis, and this is the ace match between the University of Central Florida and the University of Tennessee. Over here we have Assassin spawning for the University of Central Florida. He is out for blood for his university as he did lose to Sinfeo over here, spawning as the Teal Terran player for the University of Tennessee. And this is a rematch, so we'll see if Assassin is able to take down Sinfeo in this game. They are spawning cross-map this time, and it is MLG Metalopolis. This does sort of favor our Zerg player, as they do have plenty of space to macro. Sinfeo is probably going to be trying to take down his opponent in a similar fashion. Here he is checking the backside of his base to see if there are any proxy hatcheries, just in case. He didn't check this corner, so for all he knows, there could be a proxy hatchery right there, but not quite yet. Assassin over here, he did lose to Sinfeo before, so that's why he's out for blood. He wants to prove that he can win against this Terran opponent. He is scouting it. This over here looks like we may have experienced a lag while this was being played. Good luck, have fun, says Sinfeo. No close spawn. Looks like Sinfeo doesn't know too much about this map. MLG Metalopolis, no close spawn, only close by air or far, far, far away. And the gas is coming up for Sinfeo. Gonna be grabbing his everything at a normal time. Assassin is grabbing his natural expansion right now. He already knows where his Terran opponent is spawned, so he does have plenty of time to get that up. SCV is going to be scooting in here to see exactly what's going on. I've actually seen Terran players throw down a bunker right here and hide the Marines in this corner, put 3 SCVs and just hold position, and nothing can attack the Marines unless you individually right click on the SCVs to kill them off. Tech Lab coming up for Sinfeo. 3 SCVs pulled off the line, and a Reaper is now on the way. A drone scout is coming over here, so it may see those 2 SCVs, and the Assassin is going to know to throw up a spine crawler immediately, and the bunker is coming up from Sinfeo, and the Overlord is getting into position, as well as the drones getting pulled off the line to be able to deal with this. The Reaper is finishing up. Looks like the SCV will be able to possibly complete this. The drone's getting pulled off. Looks like 1 SCV does go down. The second SCV trying to get nibbled away. The third SCV trying to get away here. Looks like Sinfeo actually did this a little bit too early. He should have waited for the Reaper to get here. He should and then thrown up these 2 bunkers. There's that 1 SCV being a little bit awkward. The 2 Zerglings are out. The first bunker does get canceled. The Zerglings are out here, and the Reaper finally getting over here to pick off a couple of those units. And the Spine Crawler is already on the way, and but the Reaper does kill it so quickly that. And the Reaper is currently faster than those Zerglings, so this is going to be a lot of trouble for Assassin to deal with. However, the Spine Crawler is now complete. The bunker is coming up, and the Spine Crawler now finishing up. Looks like it will begin to poke away at the SCV here, and the bunker will not finish, and this rush has definitely been denied. No additional Reapers on the way, and a command center has been started by Sinfeo, as well as a factory. We may be seeing a switch over to Hellions, and the 2 Reapers here trying to do some damage against that Queen. If they micro properly, they can actually take Queens out. 1 Reaper does go down. That was not too good of a micro there from Sinfeo. Looks like Assassin has done a great job of holding off this rush. He is taking some damage to that hatchery. The Queen going over there and chasing that Reaper away. Pesky little Reaper there. And we should be seeing the swap over. There it is. We will be seeing possibly Blue Flame Hellions out of this, as he only has 1 gas and is taking his natural expansion. There is the Blue Flame getting started, as well as the first Hellion. Going to be trying to do some drone line damage shortly. This is a very harass-oriented build. If each one of these harasses get held off, Sinfeo is just going to keep falling further and further behind. But he can look like a miracle worker if he kills off 20 drones at a time, which is what those Blue Flame Hellions can do, as this was played pre-patch. So there it is, the Blue Flame Hellions coming out. The command center is now complete. We should be seeing an orbital command, as well as the reactor coming up. The second barracks on the way. Orbital command being started. First Hellion is out. Second Hellion going to be popping out real soon. and the lowering of the 2 supply depots and a bunker for the front. Blue Flame Hellions now making their way across the map. Overlord checking at the 3rd base location. A couple of Zerglings are scooting out about the map to see exactly what's going on. This is right as the speed upgrade is finishing up. The 2 Hellions swinging over to the side. They will get spotted by that Overlord. Assassin should be responding by moving those Zerglings into position. Looks like they are coming in here. The Hellions headed straight for the drone line. Nice pull of the drones. The Blue Flame is not quite done yet. Sinfeo not really revealing that as of this moment. And the Zerglings are now out. Another Hellion joining the field. If microed properly, they can kill an infinite number of Zerglings. Looks like the drones have returned to mining at the natural expansion. And Assassin trying to get out additional drones right now, as well as a Baneling's Nest. And here comes the Hellions, going to be headed into the natural expansion. A couple of drones will be falling, and the drones getting pulled, and they are lined up, not really going for it. The Zerglings trying to get into position. Those Hellions need to get into a corner to be able to roast all of those Zerglings. Looks like they will be backing up over here. The Overlord continuing to keep watch over there. In the meantime, our Terran player has grabbed the natural expansion with a bunker. He may need to close this off a little bit more just in case of those Zergling run-bys. The Hellions now going to be poking back into the natural expansion. There is another spine crawler on the way to prevent the run-by. Looks like the drone's getting pulled immediately. If those Hellions chase after those drones, so much damage can be dealt. Oh no, another roast, and a ton of drones falling down for Assassin right now. Finally getting rid of those Hellions. 14 drones killed by Sinfeo. As of this point, that is a huge advantage against our Zerg player, especially with all of those mules falling out of the sky for Sinfeo, as well as the Sea Shanks completed. Sea Shank is not quite yet on the way. He's got more Marines out. He can actually probably go for a push within the next minute or two, and our Zerg player will be in a really horrible position as he is going for the Spire. He's got a Roach Warren out just in case he needs to deal with additional Blue Flame Hellions, and the Zerglings are checking about the map to see exactly what's going on. Still no gas here. Sinfeo needs to take that gas relatively quickly to support that Sea Shank production. He is getting up the Sea Shank right now. The Marines and the Sea Shank checking this location just in case of any Banelings. The first 5 Mutalisks are on the way, and here comes the push by Sinfeo. Like I was saying before, he's unloaded his bunker. 3rd Command Center on the way for Sinfeo, pushing as he expands. Additional Marines coming out. Should be seeing some Sea Shanks on the way as well. The +1 infantry weapons is also coming up. And here comes the Mutalisks, going to be flying across the map. Hopefully they do not fly straight over that Marine pack. That would be such a bad thing to happen. It looks like one Marine over here will get taken out by those Mutalisks. And the Terran army is forced to retreat and defend. 2 missile turrets coming up from Sinfeo right now. Looks like a couple of Marines on the high ground will be able to deter those Mutalisks. And it looks like a stim pack going down on 5 of those Marines. Great job by Sinfeo in controlling his Marines. We'll probably see Assassin take a bunch of bases while he tries to control the space with those Mutas, and denying the 3rd base from coming up by Sinfeo. And it looks like the Muta is going to be coming into the backside. There is a turret in the mineral line that will prevent the Mutas from harassing too hard. Over here, it looks like they will be able to take out yet another SCV. These 2 supply depots will be forced to cancel or be killed off. A couple of Marines going to be reinforcing the front. There is no starport, so as they stim more and more, Sinfeo is going to have a weaker and weaker army. The supply depot needs to get finished. A 3rd base on the way for Assassin. And the lair is now getting the larva inject. I thought he was researching something cool. Ventral sacs not quite yet done. The Muta's trying to do some harassment. The Marines being forced to be pulled around all over the place. The Muta's trying to get back in there. And the 3rd base getting taken. A couple of missile turrets going down as well. And it looks like something may actually be in the way. The Zerglings getting in here. It looks like they will be able to take down a couple of Marines as well as that Sea Shank. Looks like, oh, the Marines reinforcing just in time will save that Sea Shank. And the command center now landing, and the Muta's trying to get in here to harass the gas here. They will be able to kill off possibly some SCVs as well as the gas here. The glaives are bouncing off and doing a lot of damage to those SCVs. Looks like the Muta pack will be forced out of here by that 1 missile turret. I'm trying to do some StarCraft 1 like Muta Micro, but it's not quite working. Assassin has his third base up, should be looking to take a fourth real soon, as well as get some additional tech up, possibly go for an infestation pit. Looks like a bunch of overlords are moving into position as well. Zerglings, Banelings, and Mutas now taking control of the center area. And our Terran player is finally getting his first starport up. Another factory on the way. Sinfeo is going to be sitting back. A lot of those Marines are weakened just because of that Muta harass. And here comes the Mutas over here. Sinfeo is probably feeling rather trapped here, especially with the Muta cloud building up in larger and larger numbers. Looks like this factory will be denied. We'll see if he does get the cancel on it. Looks like he does not get... Oh, no, I think he did get the cancel, but he is going to be losing a starport if he does not get that repaired real soon. The Mutas will be forced to back out of here, and Assassin going to be poking back in one more time, perhaps take out a couple of SCVs over here. You can actually... These Mutas can actually take on turrets if he just gets a couple more, 8 more Mutas on the way. There's a lot of turrets here for Sinfeo. He's trying to make sure he does not get killed off by those Mutas. A fourth base on the way for Assassin. He can actually even take this base over here, trying to mine a little bit if the game goes on too long. Additional Zerglings being morphed into Banelings right now. We'll see if he decides to make a push shortly to additional production facilities over here, a factory as well as the barracks on the way. Fourth base now finishing up for Assassin, now climbing to 146 food. And gaining more drones popping out, as well as the flyer attacks level 1, carapace level 1, and the pathogen glands. The Mutas trying to be as annoying as possible. There are 5 turrets at this expansion alone. Looks like a couple of Sea Shanks out of position. Oh no, where is the Marine pack stimming and running back? And that is a lot of Marines to heal up. Those Sea Shanks are falling so quickly for the exchange of just 1 or 2 Mutas, and all of those Marines into the yellow. The Mutas will be able to get away as well. Going to be killing off the wolf or Mank statue over here, and the Mutas are going to be chilling in the back corner over here for Assassin, and the Marines getting into position, all of them damaged. It will also prevent the Medivacs from being able to heal all of them at the same time. A bunch of SCVs are getting ready to fall as well. The missile turret quickly goes down, and a bunch of SCVs will be killed off. Assassin doing a great job of killing off workers here and there. 18 workers killed by Assassin right now, and a bunch more getting killed off over here. 20 climbing up to 24, and the Mutas will be forced to fly out of here by those turrets, and it looks like the Marines getting pulled back and forth in between the main and the natural expansion. A bunch more SCVs falling at the natural expansion, now up to 30 workers killed. There's not even a single SCV mining in the main expansion, as Assassin takes the gold base, which is now finishing up, as well as additional Mutalisks and the missile attacks, or melee attacks. The Mutas continue to be annoying, and the Marines just trying to mill back and forth. A ton of SCVs killed off. The Marines unable to deal with this properly. He needs to possibly stim a part of his group. Once again, there's the partial stim, and it looks like that engineering bay was spared a ton of damage by those Mutalisks. Hive is now complete for Assassin. Should be seeing that greater spire shortly. The Marines finally trapping those Mutas in a slightly bad position, but as of this point, Assassin doesn't even need those Mutas. He just needs to go for some more techie units like those Infestors that he's getting right now. Perhaps get some Ultralisks, or go for the Greater Spire, which is always the best choice. And Sinfeo trying to take the gold expansion with this command center. It's going to be rather difficult, especially with his army being mostly Marines. Medivacs doing their best to heal up all of those Marines, but it's just a really difficult job. The Zerglings, Banelings, and the Infestors now scooting out to the center of the map. Those Marines will definitely get taken out. The Zerglings and the Banelings now at 1-1. Looks like the Marines will not get taken care of, and the Mutas trying to do some damage over here. The command center, Sim going down on all of those Marines, Zerglings, and the Infestors throwing down great fungals. The entire Terran army getting wiped out. Oh no! And the Banelings cleaning up a bunch of those Marines. Zerglings all sacrificing themselves. That was definitely a good engagement for our Zerg player, killing off basically the entire Terran army there. This Infestor still has some energy to be able to throw down a fungal. More Zerglings popping out. Adrenal glands on the way. 34 Zerglings as well as the Greater Spire. He is getting the +2 carapace for his Zerglings as well. The Muta is going to be scooting over to the side to see if they can do any damage over there. Sinfeo's army is just so small. It's such a bad position to be in as a Terran player, getting whittled down by those Mutas bit by bit. He's trying to get another command center over here. The Marines doing fair amounts of damage to those the Mutas, but the Greater Spire will soon be up. There are 2 turrets at the natural expansion. The Mutas may be able to pick off these upgrading structures over here, maybe do some damage in the main as well. All of those SCVs will be falling. Assassin now having killed 46 workers. One of the turrets trying to do some damage over there. It looks like the Muta is going to be harassing some of these reactor add-ons as well, and that reactor will be falling and burning down. 7 HP, 4 HP, 1 HP, and gone. And the Mutas get away completely free. Assassin has his gold-based mining as well with the gas coming up. The Greater Spire is complete, and this will allow those Broodlords. We have more Corruptors on the way, as well as 7 Broodlords in the production queue. This is going to allow Zerg to do such a huge push. And his Zerglings do have +2/+2, as well as the +3 on the way. More Infestors coming up for Assassin, and it's just looking better and better for Assassin. Looks like a couple of Broodlords over here in the wrong place. The few Corruptors trying to take care of a couple of those Vikings, but there are missile turrets in place at this expansion. A ton of mules dropping here, and this will get Sinfeo's economy back into place. And looks like the Zerglings will be engaging over here. That's into the Terran meat grinder, and that is not a good thing to do. The Zerg Carapace level 3 coming up, as well as the Ultralisk Cavern for Assassin from the University of Central Florida. This expansion is trying to get taken, and the Overlords dropping creep all over here will be forced to back out of here. And Assassin looks like he may be able to save all of those Overlords, as Sinfeo is not exactly stimming to take care of them. Thor's now on the way for Assassin, trying to deal with that massive amount of air that's coming out of Assassin. 5th base now taken by Assassin right now. We'll see if he's able to utilize this. A couple of Vikings over here going to be trying to take care of those Mutas. Looks like a couple of these Siege Shanks will lose their lives, and a couple more barracks and factories coming up by Sinfeo. The food counts are now even, but I think our Zerg player definitely has the long end of this stick, and our Terran player does have the short end of the stick, especially because Assassin has banked 4,000 minerals and is completely maxed. Or almost completely maxed. Looks like the Mutas will be backing out of here. Assassin doesn't even really care about those Mutas, especially as he is getting up yet another hatch, as well as additional Broodlords. Where are those Broodlords? There's one. Looks like he will be headed for Ultra Tech. There's 4 Ultralisks on the way for Assassin right now. The Muta is going to be coming over here and taking care of this command center, as well as the Corruptors standing guard. The Zerglings will be running by and into this expansion. There's nothing defending it right now, and they will be able to clean up a ton of those SCVs. And let's take a look at the workers kill tab. Assassin killing 79 workers and counting. All of the workers at this at this 3rd base have been cleaned up, and the bunker does get loaded up. The Muta's trying to do some harassment as well. Looks like the Corruptors will get caught out of position, especially with this number of Vikings, and the Marines on the ground as well. Marines stimming and taking out all of the mutas, and all that's left are these Corruptors. They are armored, but there are just so many Vikings that they are easily taken out. Ultra's now out in the field with the Zergling Baneling forced. In addition to those Infestors, going to be really strong push coming up. The Vikings getting into position over here as well. The Broodlord over here killing off 3 SCVs of his own. 90 workers killed by assassins so far. Sinfeo's army is basically mostly made of army right now. Not exactly too many SCVs in his count. The Marines and the Thor trying to get up to the front. Assassin is just posturing himself over here, getting ready for that last big push. We'll see if he's able to do it. We're going to follow some of these Ultralisks, and it looks like he will be pushing along the left flank. The Infestors are coming along for the ride as well, and this is going to run straight into the unsieged Terran army, and the Fungal's going down on everything. The Baneling's going off and killing off a huge portion of that army. More Fungals coming down. The Infestors doing their job, and the Ultralisks eating through everything. Sinfeo falling to 107 food, while Assassin's food count has not changed, as he is now getting 84 Zerglings to take down everything over here. Sinfeo even landing his Vikings, trying to do as much damage as possible to those Ultralisks, and the Ultralisks will be able to clean up this location fairly quickly. The Ultralisks are 3-3. It looks like the SCVs are going to be falling as well. Sinfeo now at 76 food. 22 more Zerglings being made in the production queue. And Sinfeo still trying to macro here, trying to grab yet another base. More units popping out. But the Zerglings are now out in full force. They will be able to bust down this expansion very quickly, along with the Ultralisks doing the damage. And it looks like the full surround on the planetary fortress here quickly takes it down. All of the SCVs do not even stand a chance. And Assassin is still max. There's not going to be an expansion here anytime soon. More Marines getting over here, and the Zerglings and the Ultralisks trying to get a great angle into here and killing off that expansion very quick, killing that off very quickly. And Sinfeo GG's out of this game. Assassin takes it for the University of Central Florida. Congrats to them winning in week 1. And of course, go check out the Collegiate StarLeague at cstarleague.com. And of course, I am Aegis signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.